Hey folks, Tim Newman with Soft Light Studios bringing you another daily assignment. Today's assignment for August 17th, 2019. Our assignment today is titled Restaurants. And if you're anything like me, you like to eat out. Good or bad, I eat out a lot, and I'm always interested in the operation of the restaurant that I'm eating at. And I really like the way the chef and the staff all work together at a well-honed restaurant. And of course, the decorations that seem to be all important in the overall presentation. Perfect place to capture some great images, if you ask me. Let's take a look at some sample pictures. Here's sample picture number one. No better sign for a restaurant to have than the open sign, or at least that's my point of view on it. Nothing sadder than pulling into the parking lot of your favorite place and realizing they're not open on Mondays. So I really like this picture, and as simple as this picture seems, it actually has a very nice controlled color set. I think that the use of minimal depth of field here makes a lot of sense, and I think the background bouquet is kind of warm and inviting. I think this is really a well done shot. In our second image, we have a ton of leading lines here. And this is a really cool outdoor space for a restaurant. And I just think all of the lights here work really, really well. A lot of lines leading the viewer's eye to the center. Rule of thirds is definitely happening here, certainly in the vertical panels, if not the horizontal ones as well. Really clean and clear exit points for the viewer's eye, and I really like the managed color sets of all the orange hues against the blue to purple hues. Works really well here. Let's take a look at some of our elements of design that we're worried about. Obviously, what we've seen so far is leading lines in these pictures. I think they pull the viewer's eye into the frame and take them through the frame. I think the quality of light here is really important. You know, the quality of light in the restaurant when you're dining there matters. That ambiance that we talk about. Well, we want that ambiance in the pictures as well. And then last but not least, I think our point of view matters a lot. Let's take a look at some more sample images here. Here is the line prep area for a pretty decent sized restaurant from the looks of it. And I love the way everything's organized here. Everything has its place. It's all ready to go for high speed food preparation. And of course, I think the stainless steel really makes a nice clean look to it. Now, if you think about it, the light in this picture has to be controlled really well because stainless steel is a bright, shiny metal and lots of opportunities for specular highlights or areas for the image to blow out. And I think they're managed really well here in this image. Our next image, a little more abstract, if you will, but I think that the minimal depth of field works really well here. And minimal depth of field just for its own sake can sometimes leave the viewer a little bit flat. So I like the counter as a foreground element, really as a balancing element pulling us into this frame. I think it does its job here at the bottom part of the frame and really gives us a place to anchor and push off from as we explore the picture, moving our eyes from front to back. Last but not least, if you're going to photograph restaurants, I think that you should go do it in Paris, especially if you're thinking about shooting in this area of Paris where all of these street cafes are. They really make for great pictures. If a whole group of you wants to go to Paris and photograph restaurants, just email me. I'll go anytime. All right, let's take a look at our rules of composition. And I think we've seen through a lot of these pictures that the rule of thirds plays an important role here in terms of dividing up the frame in a way that makes sense. The perspective, the point of view that we're looking at, putting us at the right location to draw us into and through the frame. And then in some instances, the frame within a frame works really well, or at the very least, that balancing object in the image that we looked at with the minimal depth of field that was being used there. Here on our last slide, we have our export specifications for any images that you wish to export for consideration for the semi-monthly image critique, as well as an example of a file name for today's date. You'll also see our naming standard there. If none of this makes any sense, please click on the Update 01 video link that's down below in the description. And of course, right near that, you will find the clickable link for the upload URL so you can submit those pictures. Speaking of clickable links, don't forget about that red subscribe button. Not sure if you knew this, but it is a clickable link as well. All right, go eat out. And while you're there, take some pictures of where you're eating. Remember, practice equals skills. No. Learning equals skill. Remember, learning equals skills. Practice equals mastery. We'll see you out there.